everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sorry I haven't done a video in a while. Quick update, I was sick for these past, for like a week. I've been pretty sick, and that's why I haven't been able to put a video out. I just didn't have the energy, I didn't have the motivation to do it. I just couldn't. I just needed to rest and get better from that. I have enough problems, and sorry that I look pretty terrible. I have these bags under my eyes and this stuff, but I took my glasses off because there was the reflection from my iPad, and that looked worse than the bags under my eyes. So, and my unwashed hair, I need to wash it today. If you're watching this on Sunday, then I need to wash my hair today, and if it's not Sunday, I've already washed my hair. Anyways, that's the update. I just was sick for a while, and now I'm getting better. I'm not fully better. I still have a little bit of a cough left, and still tired, and working on getting back to my schedule and such. I've been sleeping a little bit, but that's okay. So, like I said, this channel is for a lot of different fun videos and activities, and like I said, I want to do a lot with the channel coming up, but first and foremost, this channel was to be an informational channel for cancer, because there's just so much that even I didn't know about at first. And like I said, there's just a lot of components to it. So today I thought I'd break down a lot of what I go through now. My typical day, Sundays are my break days, so I don't have anything. But my busiest day would be Friday. And on Fridays, I have photopheresis, dialysis, wound care, port change. Usually I get my catheter dressing changed that day as well. And I think that's it. Sorry, I blanked out for a moment. But I wanted to explain photopheresis and dialysis. Sorry, I'm having trouble with English today, and I could redo the whole video and, try to not stutter as much or blank out like that where I can't say the words, but I want these videos to be open and raw and for you guys to see just everything as it is. So, photopheresis is a process where they'll take a big machine and they connect it to my tubes here. And what photopheresis does is it takes out my white blood cells and it washes them. It uses light, which is the photo part of photopheresis, to wash the cells, the white blood cells, of any sort of bacteria or viruses or cancer cells. And then it washes the cells through, or it takes out the white blood cells through one tube, and it puts it into the machine where it washes it, and then it, through the other tube, it puts those cells back into my body, which is done a lot for immunotherapy. And as I've mentioned before, I don't really have much of an immune system due to having received my bone marrow transplant, which is another thing I'd like to talk about in a little bit. But first, let me go on to explain my dialysis. So I get dialysis. I actually kind of had to look it up a little bit so that I could give you the full explanation. Dialysis is what keeps me from retaining too many fluids, and it removes fluids and toxins and stuff that normally your kidneys would do that, but my kidneys are not strong enough to do it on their own. So I get daily dialysis, except for Sundays, which is my one day off. Otherwise, I have to receive daily dialysis in order to keep the fluids off of my body and to keep the toxins out of my body. Otherwise, I start to get really puffy. I can get a lot of weight in my face, which you'll see in certain pictures I have or certain videos taken of me. My legs are actually wrapped, the bottom part from the knee down, because it's called a lymphedema wrap. Lymphedema is where you can get pockets of fluid built up. Sorry, I keep looking the wrong way. I'm not looking at you guys. But you can get pockets of fluid built up like that. And with the lymphedema wraps, I don't get those as much. So that's another way that they keep out the fluids. So I thought I'd explain those because I talk a lot about having photopheresis and dialysis, and a lot of people don't understand what those processes are even for. And it's not, I don't want to have to make you guys go look up everything I'm talking about. I'm here to inform you guys. Speaking of which, all of this is because of my bone marrow transplant, which May 20th was my 2-year anniversary since my bone marrow transplant. So I didn't even realize it had been that long. It's crazy to think that I went through all the processes of getting my CAR T cells and getting the bone marrow removed, and around then was when I did radiation, all of which I'll talk more about in other videos. But to think that it's been 2 years since I got the bone marrow, it's been, 5-6 years since I was originally diagnosed with cancer. And at least I don't have the cancer anymore. I still have to be hospitalized for different reasons, obviously, and I'm immunodeficient, so there's a lot of issues with my body that other people wouldn't necessarily face. And like I said, I have to be in the hospital right now because my kidneys aren't working on their own, so that's why I have to receive the daily dialysis. And there's no dialysis clinics close to my home, so my doctor isn't comfortable sending me home with needing that. And then there's this stuff too, although they have started talking about going to the next step where I don't need this one, and they're going to do a process called capping, so that it would just be this part, I think, and not all of this. So that's definitely progress, a step closer to going home. And then I've started working on, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but I've been bedridden because of issues with my legs. And then after I came back from ICU, I have to reteach myself how to stand on my legs and walk again. And it's not the first time I've done this. I've probably done this about 4 or 5 times now, but I am at the point now where we're working on standing. It's just difficult because for some reason I have a lot of pain in my left arm. And we can't exactly figure out what that's from. But I am continuing to get better and better. I put a lot of it not as my own strength getting better, but my faith in Jesus' strength through me getting stronger as I pray that I am healing and I am getting stronger and I am on my way home. And instead of, will you heal me, or if you please, could you maybe just make me a little bit stronger? Could you please maybe bless me today? No, God blesses me every day with the breath that I breathe, and it's through that faith that I'm able to continue on and to be strong and to do these videos for you guys, because I told you that I'm actually getting into it this time, and I am, because here I am. I just had to take a little bit of a break because I was sick. Hopefully you guys can forgive me for that. Real quick, I'll explain the Band-Aid. One of my nails ripped, and it keeps catching on stuff, so that hurts. So, like I said, I wanted to do more fun videos and stuff too, but first I wanted to give this update and explain photopheresis and dialysis real quick. In my next video, I would like to do sort of a belated birthday haul and bone marrow anniversary discussion. Everybody called it my second birthday though, since it was in the same month. I'm sorry that I've blanked out so much during this and that I paused so much. I'll try to do better on the other ones. Maybe I'll script out my birthday haul. Or would you guys rather have them just raw like this? Is it better to have it scripted? I don't know. Anyways, I am so glad to have this outlet to be able to inform and educate people on things that they may never have heard of, or they may have heard of it, but they don't fully understand it. Like, I thought, you know, like, for example, I've mentioned this before, but I'm sorry, I keep, like, shoving my hand in the camera. I talk with my hands a lot. But like, for example, I thought cancer was only one thing. There was cancer and you got it and it was in stages. I never realized there was so many different types of cancers, and that there's so many cancers that happen but are not talked about. A lot of childhood cancer is not talked about, or teens who have cancer, or relapsing with cancer. It's not something that's discussed. The only time you see cancer is when it's breast cancer, when you're buying stuff at the store, or when you're watching TV and you see a St. Jude commercial, and you'll either see a little kid or you might see a grown woman thanking St. Jude for what they've done. Believe it or not, there's a lot of other cancer hospitals that could use that television time. Like, I'm at City of Hope now, and I started my journey at Loma Linda, and, you know, they could use a lot of donations as well. I always wondered why St. Jude was the only one that gets representation like that. I should do some research. Anyways, that's it for this video. I will work on my next videos and try to get them to you either, like I said, weekly or bi-weekly. It depends on how long the research takes and the scripting takes and how I feel those weeks and if I'm able to film, if I'm not able to film. But right now I had the time and I'm feeling much better, but I will wrap it up before this video gets too long. So thank you guys for joining me on my journey, and I hope you will continue to stick around. Please like, share, and subscribe so that we can educate some other people and they can also be a part of our community here. And I will see you next time. Bye.